Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. And this morning, I'm your host, Martin Wong, with Trading Idea with SMARTRobie. Now, interesting week that has developed. We see the sell-off that we have on the US. Then we see the also slight recovery for the month of October, right? And also our KLCI starting to recover. And I got a good hunch that Green Pentagon will come very, very soon. And we're also seeing rally across some of those sectors, which we will talk about this morning in our breakfast show. Again, welcome, and thank you for sharing this video in your timeline. We really appreciate all the time that you spend, and we hope that you have benefited from some of the ideas that we talk about in here with respect to the overall development of the share market across the KLSE, SGX, as well as the US market in here. And of course, this morning, what are the headlines? That's us. So we will be looking at the trending stock, which is a stage 2 daily stock, which is really part and parcel of the SMARTRobie screener, to put it up in here and to definitely show you some of the trade idea that we talked about last week and also this week. And thank you again for those of you who's coming. And of course, it's already back to working week. I was told the traffic in Klang Valley becoming more heavy, as many of you may have to watch at a different time, or perhaps do subscribe to our SMARTRobie newsletter in here. It's available on our website. You can get the link over there, and the video will be routed or emailed to you every morning, that you can make sure not to miss us at all. All right, and not to forget, let's look at the morning news headline roundup. And of course, this morning is no other than the CPO rally. We do see market hitting almost for the first time 5,000 for the December contract in here. It's been a while since I was a CPO trader back in 2008, which is almost, you can say that, about 13 years ago. When you're young, CPO is definitely the wild west. But right now, you can see the December contract is already 4,700, and this is on two factors of the energy crisis, where people are speculating, where China is facing a rising rising crude oil prices, which hits about $80 in here. At the same time, may increase the intake, buying into their somehow what we call cooking oil reserve that China do have, and they've been buying big bulk already for the palm oil for the biofuel. So this is lifting the sentiment in there. But like it or not, these are just very, very strong sentiment. When things go back, you will see correction in there. It is a very volatile market. So what does this take us to? Definitely some of the plantation sector this morning started to move up. They are slow mover, and I think there are some potential shares in here. You can go over to SMARTRobie, as I said before, switching to a wider chart here, and look at the plantation stocks, right, which are the one under here. I think, yeah, plantation is not in that. You can go over to Trade VSA and check out the full list over there. No, this is the US market. Let me go to the KLSE site here, Robie chart and hot sector, and that will take you. Is plantation in there? Its energy is definitely up there already. It's moving into place. If not, you can go to our tradevsa.com website and we check it out to all that. We will do that shortly, right? And let's look at our next news headline. Now, news headline is a lot on AirAsia, and we saw AirAsia move ahead before this news came out. So smart money definitely knows something about it. This is guaranteeing a loan, but right now, like it or not, AirAsia is heavy in debt, and taking another $500 million debt, that would also increase their exposure in here. So they are basically kicking the can down the road in here. Of course, many investors continue to like this, as revenue double more year on year, the 370 million from 142 million for the second quarter cumulative for the 6 months. Net loss of 1.35 billion. So let's take a look at this stock that we have, AirAsia, in here. All right. And thank you for those of you who continues to share, like, and comment. So we have AirAsia in here. Let's look at stock price, and you could see the stocks has moved up since the green pentagon. And of course, congratulations for those of you who have followed the green pentagon. That was back in 6th of August. You could see here, which is a 31% gain. Now, how easy is that? Very importantly is your ability to run profit and knowing how to read the chart. So time and time again, as I said before, it's important for you to follow this green pentagon, as it will give you some sort of basis, especially for the beginner. But it's not right all the time. Having said that, but it does have a nice trend. This is potentially getting a 31% in here, going back as far back as 6th of August. Now, the most common question people say, is it time to buy? Now, I will leave that to you. But of course, if you were to study the charts in here, let me just pitch it up. What you will see right now, you can see in here, right? You want to be buying where there is no news or absence of news. Right now, we're getting a lot of volume. And take note, most volume coming out are choices that people make, but these are usually smart money willing to take money off the table. Now, you want to look for something. Definitely for our masterclass member, we have something in store for you. We'll be rolling out our COC screener, the advanced screener available on the dashboard, especially for the masterclass members, and we are testing it out. And those are able to get you in here before the big major move. Okay, this where you want to get in, and this is likely when you want to get out. Those will give you a very, very good reward to risk ratio. So check out and do inquire about our COC screener in here. We are rolling up there in here. Definitely better than the usual one, which may sometimes set trap for people trying to get in right now. So let's move on to our next story that we have here, and it's no other than is Kellington. Now, Kellington being one of the longer term portfolio, and this is something I always talk about, the sumo. All right, so those of you who don't know sumo, just stay to the end of the program. I'll give you some information about sumo in here. Now, Kellington bagged a 40 million ringgit for outer high purification contract, and we all know Kellington has been one of those spin-off from MOX under the leadership of Mr. Gunn here, and also another Steven. That's right. We did a conference way back and showcasing them, and this stock has been growing since then. Now let's look at Kellington in the KGB, and you can see this company, and switching to a wider chart here, you could right, and take a look at the stock comment and stock chart. You could see this itself has really moved out, and we have what we call a red pentagon profit taking in here. So very likely this news will probably temporarily hold this stocks here that you see. Let me just get rid of the keyboard. Yeah, that's right. And let's look at this morning, the live stock prices, and what do we get? Yes, it's still up 2.37. So could that be a shakeout of the red pentagon in here? But definitely earlier on, if you have gone in, follow the green pentagon. And take note, very interesting, SMARTRobie were able to determine a win rate of 75% with pentagon green binder, and going back to 12 back tested trade to 6th of April 2020. That is something that the SMARTRobie doing and back testing some of the green pentagon in here. So you can see, but next time when you see a green pentagon, that odds will be for you. Okay, now let's move on also to our next story that we have for you here. It's no other than BJ Toto, which is a favorite among the dividend playing stocks. Now this report, which is published out by TA Security, talking about BJ Toto restarting their 4D, which was suspended on September 15, 2021. Now they started in, but overall the discount dividend discount model that they use, giving it a 227 per share. They have downgraded the stock to a hold from a buy previously as the upside. Let's take a look at BJ Toto. So what we want to do, just type Toto here, and we can hit that one. We can also check out, first thing I like to check out is the stock fundamentals. So you can see stock fundamentals that we get here is Oh, there seems to be a zero in here. We'll definitely check that one out here. The dividend is definitely more than that. So we can see it is rated a 5 out of 8 for ROE or 22% in here. It's definitely undervalued. You could see with the intrinsic value of $2.98 compared to what it has, about $2. Okay, so this morning let's take a look at live stock prices. Right, it's 203 right now, 203 June 2. So another additional perhaps from the target price, which is put out by TA Securities, another slightly less than 10%. So let's look at the stock price that we have here, and if you were to pinch it up, then you could see 204, right? 204 in here. So this is where it's tend to be congestion, but I think at one point of time, if enough buyer buying it, you can see volumes are dripping it down here. Now, if you like this stock being a dividend player, I do think that, if I'm not mistaken, let me just go over to the Bursa version, right, and check out the stock fundamentals in here. Okay, it is 3.98%. Okay, 3.98% is the dividend that you see here for BJ Toto. All right, so that's what we want to have. So let's move on to our next story. Okay, that we have in here for you is no other than SolarWest, another key player in the renewable energy sectors, which have taken a hit following the same kind of treatment that they have on the US sector too. So that's why it's always good to keep track of the years. And also tonight there won't be any talk, as we will be focusing my time and my team also on the masterclass members. So tonight is a live trading session on the US market for our masterclass members, and those of you from the masterclass, definitely there's something for you tonight. So let's look at the stock here that we have, SL West, and we look at the stock fundamental. Let's look at the stock chart first. So you can see this one is actually building up on a base here around the 125, okay, 125 level in here, and will we see a little bit of breakout from here this morning on the live stock prices? Yes, it's up 1.6% in here. So this is definitely a good win, and additional giving them a contract of 46 million from a 50 megawatt from a large scale solar, which is part of the LSS Mandari program, which I did cover it earlier. Check out the video that I have on YouTube on the SolarWest in here. Now, next story, we'll move on to the US market. Now, as I said before, US continued to move up and then moving it down also. 2 step downward and 1 step up. So let's take a look on the US market, and we have US S&P 500, but as I shown before, the S&P 500 following the sell-off that we've seen here, and again spot on by SMARTRobie with the red pentagon in here, breaking the ATR stop loss. Now you do notice in the past they were not able to break through the ATR stop loss. There was this occasion, but immediate pullback, and this is the one that you broke through it, and it hover back. But I think you do have a double bottom in here. The market did recover in here, so take note, month of October continued to be a sell-off. But this interesting news always talk about the tech sectors are regaining and you are regaining. But usually when we have the interest rate going higher, which is touching the 10-year treasury yield bond touching 1.5% in here, we will have tech also sell off. But this time, I think partly because of the huge sell-off that we've seen also from profiting from the Asian market, the Heng Seng, and so it is more of a recovery. But we're yet to see whether this will become a longer trend where the tech stocks are moving regardless of the interest yield yet. But do take note, a lot of news will be coming out for the month of October. We have the US FOMC meeting 2nd and 3rd of November, and also the debt ceiling decision making on October 18. So these are panning up to a more volatile market that we see in October. Now also note, right, the Netflix continue to do very well, we can see in here, and this is also just based on this video continue to trend very highly. So let's take a look at Netflix this morning here, NFLX. right? And let's take a look at that chart. So check it out in here on SMARTRobie. Definitely this is a area where you can make significant invert in. Now we can see these stocks did not hit the green pentagon and continue to move up all the way. No doubt they have the red pentagon. That was more of a real shakeout in here. It took off and then started to trend back up. So this is a very nice trend that we've seen from just low 500 right now is 650 US dollar in here. Now of course, take note, the US dollar you can always buy one shares too. More important is to being in the trend. As I said before, time and time again, many of the investors should know about this kind of stocks and understanding this trend will move in favorable of the investor, even if you have a small account too. All right. So let's move on to the across the border, which is the Singapore market. The stock to watch in here is S59, which is a SIA engineering in here. So let's take a look on the SGX. SGX has turned green pentagon, if you don't know so, and we can click on STR market today. You can see it is still building up a base here around, let's take a look at this, around the 3,060 marks here, 3,060 marks. It needs to break out above this level to see a possible uprise on the trend in here. But the stocks that we are talking about is S59, but we can type in SIA engineering. Just type that's right, and that takes you to this stocks and stock comment here, and you can see why I like it, because you have a spring. So usually when you get this kind of trade setup spring, and likelihood we'll see this price starts to move up. All right, a test to the downside here. Let me just click this. Yes, live stock prices. Oh, it's still hovering at minus 0.5% in here. This morning, Singapore is, let's take a look at what Singapore is this morning here. The SGX is, oh, it's down 14 points. Okay, that maybe that explains why. But the KLSE side, it is doing better in here. And one of the way we can really find out is to, which I will show you guys, is looking at the Trade VSA. So you can go into the Trade VSA website here. So this is our website. So far you can see foreign funds been really flowing out here. You can see a minus 200, minus 223, and they are selling less, which is actually a good thing. And of course we have the continuing heat map. Okay, the heat map are showing very positive signs in here. A lot of dialogue is up, KLK is up, plantation stocks is up, Sime plantation is up, dialogue is up 4% in here, touching 255, and that's a good one here because of the surge that we see on the oil prices. Precious metal is up 2%. So today it's a good day for the KLCI, which is up 14% in here, something that's good. And you can see from this is a chart that you also see in the SMARTRobie in here. All right, something for everyone to know that, like it, maybe at one point of time we will see recovery coming in here soon, but that will takes maybe mid of October. That is the projection that we have so far, and maybe if we do see this nice heat map that we see here will suddenly turn, that will be definitely good. Okay, so that was thing. Now let's turn our attention to the leaderboard that we have so far, and definitely Anju, which we spotted first attempts to continue to move up, and also some of the plantation. But I just want to draw your attention to using this for those of you who are really interested to really study the green pentagon. Now, some of you saying it's difficult to make money, but of course you need to have the good tools and also understanding charts. So you can see from here onwards, you can see Opcon has gone up by 122%, and that was from 7th of September. So use this together with SMARTRobie, but also better is to subscribe to our so-called Trade VSA plugin chart. So you can see from here we have Opcon. Now Opcon, like it or not, this is a penny stocks that made a huge run right at the bottom in here, and without any pullback that we've seen. So this could be one of those penny stocks. So this is definitely not for the beginners. You need to run fast also. And the others in here, you can see you can pull this bar scrolling down slowly. Pestec is one of the stock that we'll be talking about. And since Pestec 9th of August, it's up almost 30%. It came out on 9th of August, and also a Green Pentagon on 1st of September. You can pull all the way down, and you can see there are some others. AirAsia was also spotted 6th of August, 20. What I'm trying to say in here, all these dates are good for you to really go back and study the chart. Of course, having the TradingView plugin account will definitely help. Now, if not, just go over to the TradingView website and look at get a free account in here. You can still see those charts that you have, delay one, but you will not see the green pentagon in here. Something that you take note of will definitely help you on that one. So this is the point, what I'm trying to say, to look for where the fishes are swimming, and you want to be there. I think that's why investors need to. I do know that some of the public are very busy with this and wanted stock tip, but take note, one of the things that stock tip will get you into more trouble than anything else, okay, because you do not know how to get out. So always is to get this knowledge, get the tools, and that will benefit you in the longer run, and you're able to capitalize on some of these stocks, maybe not 100%, but maybe this one here, like Samcam, which is about 26%, and that is only from the 11th of August, and MSM, and of course not all of them are winners. You can do see SLOS was 24th of August, and Tasco, but the losses are much smaller. Something for you to take a look at it. So do visit our tradevsa.com website and check it out, this one here. All right, let's go on to what we have from the past lesson learned. All right, and last week we did have the HengYuan, okay, on the 29th of September. This was the trade that we talked about, and let me just bring out the charts that you see here on HengYuan. Right, so HengY, so HengYuan. And that the time where we spotted it was this here, right? You could see here, this was the 29th, and then subsequently well, one of the reasons why we choose this, because I do note that the oil and gas are coming back, and one way to do that is actually you can scroll right on our TradeVSA website here, and you can see over on the right side here, you can see over here, you can see energy, right? 0.35. Of course, our TradeVSA Pro dashboard, that's the one that we highly recommend, already shown the trend already changed earlier, and that's why last week I talked about oil and gas. And of course right now HengYuan is already started to move up higher. Now, one of the reasons why you need to be very proactive, you really need to know where the trend is, and definitely by looking at the sector rotation will put you in the right spot in the head of the market moving. And that's how we generally do all our sector analysis in here. And of course, some of this sector analysis strategy we cover in our Zoom workshop, so you make sure you check it out in there and discuss very much in our masterclass members in here, how to trade and rotate out, either not only on the Malaysian side but also on the US side, something that many of the public would not aware of. By the time they're aware of, this thing already fly. All right, so the HengYuan in here, so let's take a look at the trading plan that we have. R1 is 451, so we hit R1 454, 458 also we hit that already in here. 505 is the last high, and is it going to race towards that? Volume is coming in, yes, we do have that here. 4R2 462, so we have, and so judging from here, the trending period is about 1 month, so we just started this, so we still have a bit of time to let it run anyway. Okay, so that is the trend that we've seen so far in here, and so on. So let's look at what we have for this coming week. A trade idea going for is Pestec, which came out, remember Pestec came out much earlier, okay? So if you have followed the green pentagon, you would have really benefited. So let me just bring this up. Pestec, you can see from here, it started way back in the 6th of August. That's already moved up 30%. So the trend is continued to go up, so we want to be riding on this one here. So let's create a trading plan based on this by using the weekly chart. So let's switch over to Pestec. Okay, switch to a weekly chart here, and you can see, wow, finally just turning green pentagon. So we can see that Okay, Pestag turn green pentagon on weekly chart. Okay, and switch back to daily chart. Daily chart turn on the 28th. Okay, on the 28th of September. Okay, 28th of September. So okay, right? We turn 28. So SMARTRobie 28th September. And what price was that? And that price turning was, closing price was 112. Okay, at 112. Okay, important price level. Let's switch over to SMARTRobie in here. And let's take a look. Switching to Pestag. Okay, Pestag on SGX needs to switch back to the KLSE here. PSTC. Okay, let's get Pestag, right? And let's look at the stock chart, stock comment here, and there you go. And this is where we are. Of course, we want to look at the trading plan. And you can see R1, that's why we got R1 and R2. R2, it's much better, 113. So we have here, let's key in R1 equals to 125, and R3, no, R2 is equals to 133. So 133 you can see, which is above this level in about 12%, which is quite reasonable in here. But the old high is 127, and you have another old high. Let's look at the highest going back to early beginning of the year, about 142. Okay, we can see that okay, 142, which is the high resistance back in let's see what is the time frame here. Okay, 16th of February. Okay, important. Why can the market move higher? I suppose you got volume coming in. Volume. So we need to confirm that. So we just key in volume is coming in. Okay, what's about the low of the support? So now low of the support, you want to switch over to exit strategy. Okay, you can switch over the exit strategy here. Switching to a wider chart, you can see better. And what we are interested is looking for support. So there are two, $1 in here. So support is at S1 at $1 here, which is way somewhere down here. Okay, now that's okay. I think that's okay. The further the way, it is better. But you have the weekly support at 108. Okay, weekly support at 108. And let's look at the trending month. You can see the trending month usually it ranges from here to here, about 13 bars. Okay, and you can see the last pentagon to here is another 11 bars. So here, so will be about 11 bars. So maybe about 1 month. All right. Okay, less than 1 month. Okay, so what we are looking at the time frame that this stock is likely to move trending up will be a 1 month. So if you use this, and for those of you who join us for the first time, do download the SMARTRobie apps that you have here. That will give you a lot of the trading plans and also the exit strategy that is needed to form a trading plan for you to trade this market in here. All right, so that's what we have so far in here for Pestag. And now we're going to save this because next week, let's see where Pestag is. If HengYuan has made a 7% move up from what we did last week, then let's hope this will also give us that kind of possibly up move. As I said before, this is part and parcel of understanding the market and studying where we are right now in here. Okay, now for those of you, I do hope that you have been making money for this entire year, right? That we have January, and one of the reasons why is because we continue to flesh out this between January to September, plus 8%, and the last trade that we did, Pestag, continue to do well, and hopefully by year end we are able to hit 10% compared to the KLCI minus 4%. So how has your portfolio been performing? Let us know, put it on the left hand side and see whether we can help you or not. Definitely the hot sector is something that you want to test it out today, this morning in here, switching back to the KLSE and you go to SMARTRobie here, and let me just take this out and go into hot sectors. The energy technologies are back, and if you want to look at some of those energy stocks, click on energy stocks here. And okay, sorry, that seems to be a little bit of issues. We will come back and look at that later. So let's look at technology stock. We will check it out and come back to you. So here we are, and let's go on to the next sector that we have. Is just announcement. We just finished our October intake, and the next intake will be January 2022. And for those of you who will have an opportunity, you have to wait until January, because we do see potential year-end rallies coming. For those of you who have came in during October, congratulations in here, because we will be there with you to teach you how you can benefit when we do have a great market pullback right now that we see in November time frame in here. Okay, let's and of course, here are some of the talks that we plan for the coming month of October. Next Wednesday will be the energy stocks. What are the stocks to look at and see where we are, definitely. And of course, Sumu, which I talked about earlier, basically it is a method how to find multi-bagger 10 times in the stock market, all right? And lesson learned also from the Art of War, Sun Tzu and Warren Buffett. So definitely a well educational pack for the month of October. Of course, go over to our website tradevsa.com/event with an S to register for this Zoom session in here, and hopefully you will learn something as much as what we are very happy to share with you, some of these new and current topic to have. Of course, right now we coming to the segment where we will take some stock review in here, and if you have any stock review, do let us know, and so what we can see, right? Okay, just pencil those in there, and we are happy to help you to look at them. Okay, any stocks that you want us to look at, do pencil those in. Okay, let's take a look if you have any stocks you want us to look at. Now, do take note, if you're from the public or from our masterclass, do put in your profession, or just state whether you're from our masterclass or not, if you want me to look at some of the stocks that we have in here. Alright, if there's no stocks to look at, we will end our session today. So thank you very much. So if not, I'll see you on Friday for our breakfast show, and for our members, masterclass member, I'll see you tonight. We will start at 9 o'clock for our US live trading. And being a member of our masterclass has its privileges, as we with the coach continue to support you and help you to become the trading and investor that you wanted to improve on your portfolio. Thank you and goodbye.